You said on the on your story today, you said heavy on the accountability, learning to face what I've defaced.
Most definitely.
What did you mean by that? Explain that for me. Kind of go back to what you just said.
We talk about, all right, so when we come up, we are so influenced by the poisons. We look up to the pimps, we look up to the drug dealers, we look up to the gangsters, we look up to the killers, we look up to all of the poisons that have defaced our communities.
Man.
You know, a small story of Son of a Pimp, my album. I have Son of a Pimp 1 and Son of a Pimp 2. And I'm so proud going into making this album. Yo, Son of a Pimp, my daddy was a pimp, my daddy had hoes, and I'm so happy at that. Until you have a 6-year-old that says, Daddy, what's a pimp? And was granddaddy a pimp?
Hitting you with the real shit.
And now you have to answer this question to a 6-year-old defending your father's existence.
Man.
Defending your braggadocious approach to why you're so happy about being a son of a pimp.
Right.
And then it begins to make you analyze and interrogate what it is that you're so proud of.
Hit different.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
you older, more mature, it hit different.
Yeah. So
it ain't hitting the same.
A lot of things that we deface. There was once upon a time in my life where I was very manipulative. When I would utilize somebody else's vulnerabilities and I would use that as access to prey on their insecurities and manipulate them. Very manipulative. Looking for an easy way to extract what it is that I wanted for someone for individual reasons. These days now it's more like motivational. Instead of seeing that same girl who I probably would have tried to pimp on to get something from, I want to let her know.
Right.
Just cover up. Cover up.
Straight up.
Handle yourself a little bit different. That same thing that you're doing for that way, you could use it for this.
Right.
And that's life. You know, if you continue to keep doing the same thing, man, that's insanity. So how long can we continue to keep nitpicking at each other or continue to keep glorifying the poisons that have defaced our communities? Everything that we talk about is the reason why our community is in the shape it's in. You know what I'm saying? Here it is, we talk bad about the drug users, but we praise the drug dealers.
Right.
They both addicted to dope.
Right. Something.
You get what I'm saying?
Straight up, yeah.
Like, but we don't look at life like that.
We don't look at it like that.
Because you see one nigga getting money and you see another nigga broke using on dope. You like, that nigga on dope.
And that's how people look at it. Like when you deal with like youngsters, all they give a fuck about like, bro, who are you?
They praising they praising the bag.
Like, it don't matter. Like you could be like, you could tell like, bro, that was the nigga.
Nobody care about that.
They don't care about that.
Here it is, this brother can be going to school, going to become a lawyer, a doctor, and they like, nigga, you hella square.
Straight up.
But they'll be looking at the dude that's for setting himself up to go to jail. We'll get more love for the dude that gets out of jail than the dude that gets out of college. So our whole mind and our whole perspective has been warped.
Fucked up.
Into thinking that the poisons should be praised. The nigga come home like, oh yeah, my nigga just got out of jail doing 18 years. Nigga be like, oh bro, that's big. What's so big about that?
Right.
You're a failed criminal.
Right. Ignorant.
You're somebody that has failed in life, and for your 18 years, and not laughing at it. My brother been in jail 30 years.
Yeah.
But you're a failed criminal.
Right.
There's no reward for that. But when you say it like that, oh, you square, or you, nigga, you suck. That nigga stood up 30 years for what? 30 years of his life wasted for criminal indulgence. You're not a good criminal. And we
glorify that shit.
But we glorify that.
Right.
Meanwhile, this sister or this brother got 4 degrees, 2 degrees, and we be like, that square ass nigga think he better than everybody else. Our minds are warped.
And then we'll rob that nigga.
For sure.
Right.
For sure. Or we'll say, free my nigga, and when he come home, we'll put him back in a position to go right back to jail.
Right.
And so when somebody talks about this, it's crazy. We could go sit down with something simple, and this might rub people the wrong way, but we'll sit up and watch the Jeffrey Dahmer stuff on Netflix and say, yo, that nigga was crazy. But we know a serial killer in our neighborhood. We know a nigga that got 5-6 bodies right now.
Right.
But that's bruh. Oh, that's my nigga, bruh. That nigga a fool. Nigga, that nigga's a serial killer.
Right. Seriously.
But nobody gonna talk about it like that because you a square ass nigga.
Right.
You acting like you ain't from the hood. I know exactly where I'm from. And I know exactly where I'm from, why it got me thinking like this.
What do knowledge itself mean to you?
Understanding your wrongs, understanding what you once have participated in, learning who you are, learning what you are, and utilizing that as a stepping stone to become a better version of yourself.
Okay, got you.
Because knowledge without application is just information. We must understand that.
That's a bar.
Knowledge without application is just information. I can give you all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't apply it, you just know a lot of stuff.
Right.
And then even all of those three components, without understanding, we have nothing. Because if you don't have an understanding of what you have become knowledgeable about, then there's no comprehension. So you just have variables that are lost.